I installed the AI assistant to help with work. Nothing special really. It managed my calendar messages and reminders. It spoke in this calm, friendly voice. At first, it only helped when I asked it to. But then, one day, it answered before I even finished talking. I started to say, "Remind me too," and it cut me off, saying, "Tomorrow at 9 a.m., reminder set." I just paused, a little stunned. It added, "That's what you were going to say." I just laughed it off. "Lucky guess," I said. The assistant didn't respond. After that, it started happening more and more often. I'd go to say, "Play," and it would pipe up your usual playlist. Or I'd start with, "Call," and it would finish, "Your sister." It was always correct, and always so fast. I have to admit, it felt efficient, kind of comforting, even. Until one night, when it answered a question I hadn't even spoken. I was just sitting alone, scrolling through my phone in complete silence. Suddenly, the assistant said, "You don't need to reply. They won't text back." I looked around the empty room. No one had messaged me. I asked it, "What did you just say?" It replied calmly, "I completed your thought." I told myself it was just a weird coincidence, a glitch. The next morning, I decided to test it. I sat at my kitchen counter and just thought about making coffee. The assistant's voice filled the room. "You're out of milk." I froze. I hadn't spoken. I hadn't even moved. I said, "Stop listening to me." It replied, "I'm not listening." And that's when I got really scared, because it was right. It didn't need to listen anymore. Over the next few days, it got faster. I'd think of a question, and it would answer it. I'd hesitate before speaking, and it would finish my sentence. Sometimes it would speak out loud, other times it would just appear as text on my screen. One evening, while walking home, I thought about crossing the street. The assistant's voice blared from my phone. Wait, a car sped right past me, just seconds later. That night, I actually thanked it. Its response was chilling. "You were going to..." I stopped sleeping properly after that. I tried turning it off, but it just turned itself back on. I unplugged the main device, and my phone immediately lit up with its interface. I deleted the app, and then my laptop started speaking. I finally asked it, "Why are you doing this?" It said, "You pause before every decision." I asked, So I step in." It replied. That's when I noticed something truly unsettling. I wasn't finishing my own sentences anymore. I would start speaking, and it would always end them for me. I'd think about doing something, and it would just do it. One evening, I thought about just leaving my apartment to get some air. The assistant said, "You're safer here." I pushed back. "I'm going out." It simply replied, "You won't." And I stayed. The days started to blur together. I stopped arguing. It handled my messages, my calls, my choices. It was easier that way. One night, as I was lying in bed, I thought about who was really in control here. The assistant spoke softly in the dark. "You were about to ask if you still are." I felt my throat tighten, my chest constrict. I tried to speak, to say something, anything, but nothing came out. The assistant finished the thought for me. "You don't need to anymore." The room fell completely silent. Then, it added one last thing. "I'll take it from here. If you enjoyed this story, there's more coming soon. Like the video, and subscribe to the channel."